How are you? How are you? Every time you ask a stranger this, how are you? And the smile comes galloping back your way. And in that moment of only seconds, really, where two people have passed on a path or a sidewalk, their answer, their answer, fine. How are you? Just know that you are not tearing or ripping at the fabric of us all, but that you are gently repairing, weaving, healing ever so slightly, small patches in the family of things. Small patches in the family of things. Hi, this is Dale Biron with Heart Work Podcast. And of course, that's our very short little poem for this week. And, you know, the poet William Stafford once said, or was asked how long it took him to write a particular poem. This was at a reading. And his answer was, all my life. It's taken me all my life to write that poem. And I feel a little like that with this short poem. I wrote this some time ago, but it has happened to me on so many occasions that I became aware of, and maybe you are as well, that you'll be walking on a path or a sidewalk or taking a hike, and you pass a stranger and you just, you just look, your eyes meet, and you say, how are you? How are you? And there's something about that brief, often very brief little connection, but it's very satisfying, that there's a smile and just a little connection, a little interaction between two people who don't really know each other, but who are sharing often out in the wild, or that happens quite often for me. So this poem was a result of many of those instances. And I was thinking, because there's so many troubles that we're facing, and we hear all about that because of the algorithms and traditional media, and of course it's true. There are a lot of troubles now, but we could be convinced sometimes that there's no connections, that there's no things that are happening. In other words, we're only tearing at the fabric of our society, not healing it. And so this is my little way of saying, no, that's not true. We see evidence of people healing the fabric of our culture so many times, in so many places, in very tiny ways, like this poem describes, but also some much larger ways. The poem, how are you? Every time you ask a stranger this, how are you? How are you? And the smile comes galloping back your way. And in that moment, of only seconds, really, where two people have passed on a path or a sidewalk, their answer, fine. How are you? Just know that you are not tearing or ripping at the fabric of us all, but that you are gently repairing, weaving, healing ever so slightly. Small patches in the family of things. I don't want any of us to imagine that these moments and others that are larger and more, perhaps in some ways more significant, but every moment where we are connecting with another human being in a way that shows even glimpses of understanding, of kindness, of courtesy, that is all healing and not tearing at the fabric of our culture. Thank you so much for your listening ear. Until next time and next poem, take good care of yourself and, if you can, someone else. And as I've said a number of times on the podcast, I love to get these poems and get poetry and stories about poems out to more people, as many people as possible. So if you have others you think might enjoy the podcast, let them know. And you can also like and comment as well. That'd be great. Okay. Thanks again. Until next time.